many people are excited to see his take on Michael Jordan's 90s classic. Some of the reviews have been not so good. Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times wrote, "I've never seen anything like it. I also hope to never see anything like it again. And I wish I could unsee what I have seen." He did not hold back with that. Shannon, do you feel that Space Jam, A New Legacy, will be a stain on LeBron's legacy here?
No. I think the thing is, a lot of times social media has made everyone a movie critic, an analyst, a political pundit. Jenny, it's funny that you said that about what this critic said.
Okay.
Because let me tell you what the critic said in 1996 when Space Jam was released. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 44%. One of the movie critics said, Jordan proves to be as good an actor as he was a baseball player. This isn't Looney Tunes, it's sloppy tunes. In basketball terms, Space Jam is more akin to garbage time that concludes lopsided games when reckless playing is no substitute for the real thing. Now they re-released it again 20 years later in 2016. It got 85%. You see how the test of time? Okay. It got better. The same movie that was crushed upon its original releasing got better through time. Wow. Who knew? Yeah, Skip, I'm just telling you.
It got more crushed this time. It's worse this time.
No. What I'm telling you is that the original Space Jams was crushed. Just like, what you're trying to do, you're trying to make it seem like Space Jam, the original Space Jam, got 90% from Rotten Tomatoes. It got these, no, it did not. No, it did not. It got crushed.
And well, it didn't get crushed. It got 44%.
Skip, do you realize 50% is good? That's good. That's mediocre. So it's below that. So what is that? You see what the movie...
But think about this. LeBron is so beloved by the media in general. I think everybody, all these critics, these aren't Twitter critics. These are respected big national critics. I think they all went into this hoping that LeBron had pulled it off.
Was he more beloved than Michael?
I think he is. He's more protected than Michael.
Stop it. You know that's not to be true. We're not gonna get on that on TV, but you know that not to be true.
Okay, all right. But here's the critics' consensus right now on Rotten Tomatoes, where they sum up what everybody is saying. They say, despite LeBron James' best efforts to make a winning team out of the Toon Squad, Space Jam: A New Legacy trades the zany meta humor of its predecessor for a shameless, tired exercise in IP-driven branding. Shannon, I've been trying to warn you for a month. This was just a bad idea for LeBron because he's trying to be Jordan or beat Jordan, and you just can't.
Skip, he took it in a totally different direction.
Original. That's what it was.
And guess what? The original was originally bad because that's what the movie critics said. This isn't Looney Tunes, it's sloppy tunes. Jordan proves to be as good an actor as he was a baseball player. In basketball terms, Space Jam is akin to garbage time. That's what they said in 96. Now they re-released it at the 20-year anniversary in 2016, and they got an 85. How the hell does a movie at 44% Rotten Tomatoes get 85% Rotten Tomatoes 20 years later? How?
Well, the criticism is much more scathing to me this time because Jenny read Richard Roper, who's one of the biggest, most respected critics in the nation.
Roper is, yes.
Yeah, I got it, and I'm going to read it one more time. I have never seen anything like it. I also hope to never see anything like it again. And I wish I could unsee what I have seen. Well, that's... You can't dismiss something any more harshly than he did that way. And here's one of my favorite websites, Entertainment Weekly. Here's the review, a line from the review. Here's the thing about basketball. It is extremely watchable. Here's the thing about Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's not. Scathing.
Skip. Anytime you're dealing with real actors and then you add CG, this is not Blue Chips. This is not Hoosiers, because now all of a sudden you got characters, Bugs, and all these guys in. So you got to ingratiate them. You got to blend those guys in. They said the same thing about the original Space Jam, that it wasn't good. and over time, somehow the movie got better. I don't know how a movie gets better over time if the original wasn't good. So how was the original that got the ratings that it got in 96 all of a sudden get better ratings in 2016? Because that's what Jordan.
Obviously, LeBron thought he could be Jordan and beat Jordan.
No,
like
Skip,
I said, he thought he could outdo Michael Jordan at what Jordan did best, which is captivate on and off the basketball court.
But guess what? Jordan didn't captivate in 1996 in the original, because that's why it got crushed. And LeBron James took the original. He took the original movie. A lot of times, Skip, when you do a sequel, I don't know if this was a sequel, but he took it in a totally different direction. This is not The Godfather where you 1, 2, and they follow each other. This is not Fast and the Furious 72, where they take it in basically the same direction as cars, and they're jumping out of planes and doing all this stuff. He took Space Jam in a new direction. Okay, I'm not Skip.
I'll give you this. The original has become a cult classic.
Thank you.
But I got to tell you, I'm as you know, a huge movie fan. So are you. But
yes,
I love the original. I thought it was culty classic. It was so different. It was so weird. It was so zany that it got me. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I could watch it again tonight, and I might. But I'm also going to watch with an open mind. I'm going to watch New Legacy, excuse me, tonight because it's on HBO Max. So I will give you my open-minded review on Monday, and I would like to hear yours.
No, you won't. Here's the thing, though, Skip. You don't think some people are going to like this new movie, the new Space Jam movie, A New Legacy? You don't think some people, just like some people thought the original Space Jam was good? You don't think, so, even though the critics creamed it? Do you not think? We see that all the time, Skip. That's why I don't really listen to the critics. I want to go see the movie for myself, because what I think is entertaining and what I like, a lot of times the movie critics don't. Because the movie critics want everything to be Casablanca. They want everything to be the Maltese Falcon. They want everything to be Gone with the Wind. And that's not the case. Everybody doesn't make movies trying to win Academy Award. You're not trying to win the Oscar. You're not trying to win the Academy Oscar for costume design or set design. And I think critics need to get that through their head. Every movie is not meant to win the Academy Award.
By the way, just off the record, and I mean just sort of off base here, but Ernestine and I started watching The Maltese Falcon the other night, and we couldn't even get through it. It's terrible. I'd never watched it before with Humphrey Bogart. But
yeah,
okay.
But they swear by it.
Now Casablanca is all-time great. I could watch that tonight. But okay, I get what you're saying, and sometimes I read the reviews and I watch it and I say, what's so bad about this? It's entertaining, whatever. I got it. But in this case, the reviews are nuclear bad. They're saying don't even start to watch it. So I'm going to give it a fair shot. But I warned you that LeBron is at some legacy risk here because he's going to be compared to Jordan in the original. And I told you, this feels to me like a ripoff of the original. And I don't know how different it's going to feel, or if they're going to take it different, you know, like you said with Fast and Furious. Are you going to go a completely different direction? I have no idea. I watch the commercials, and all I see is LeBron saying, "Are you kidding me?" And that's my bottom line to the whole production. Like, are you kidding me? You're going to try to top Jordan and that Space Jam? Because that's a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. Because like I said, at the original, when they made, in 96, when the original Space Jam came out, it got creamed. And 20 years later. So maybe LeBron get creamed, and then 20 years later, everybody gonna say it's a cult classic. That seems to be the way we're headed with Jordan, because somehow, for me, I don't understand how the Washington Wizards didn't stain Jordan's legacy. But people forget that. Somehow, all of a sudden, people got amnesia. All they remember Michael Jordan's career is 91 through 98. Nothing else happened.
Shannon.
All the years before that, and the years that after he left and went to Washington, none of that matters.
He took 3 years off and quit on principle because his coach got pushed out the back door in Chicago. So he gave up the final 3 years of his prime, and he came back at age 39 in Washington. He was just a ceremonial player.
Ali gave up 3 years of his prime and came back and got the title. It was historically great.
But he wasn't 39 years old when he came back.
Well, Skip, that's his fault. He chose to do that. Because why? He was the great Michael Jordan. He thought he was invincible. He really believed he could fly. He really believed he could withstand time.
Well, so does LeBron, and unfortunately for LeBron, he's 4 and 6 in the finals, as opposed to being 6 and 0 with 6 MVPs.
And we got a big movie coming out, and you need to enjoy it. Watch it with an open mind, which I know you only got part of the mind open.
I am totally open-minded. I hope it's good. It's not going to be great, but I'm going to hope that it's at least watchable.
Jenny, did you hear what he just said?
Yes.
He just said it's not going to be great. He said he was going in. Y'all, you just said you was going into it with an open mind. How can you go into it with an open mind and then in the same breath say it's not going to be great?
Because I already have some perspective. My expectations are lower. I'm trying to lower them so that I don't go in saying, okay, you better be Jordan here. I think it could be decent.